Have you ever noticed that people remember you only when they need something? Your phone stays silent for days until someone needs a favor. Suddenly, you matter. Have you ever canceled your own plans, sacrificed your rest, ignored your own stress, just to show up for someone who wouldn't cross the street for you? If that sounds familiar, this story is for you. In a quiet lakeside town lived a young woman named Clara. Clara was known as the reliable one. If someone needed help moving, she was there. If a coworker wanted to swap shifts, she agreed. If a friend called crying at midnight, Clara answered before the second ring. She believed something deeply, that being needed meant being loved. And so she made herself available every time for everyone. Slowly, her own life began to shrink. Her dream of opening a small bakery lived inside a flour-stained notebook under her bed. Pages filled with sketches of warm bread, cinnamon rolls, and handwritten menu ideas. But the notebook gathered dust because Clara was always busy solving someone else's problems. Her weekends disappeared, her savings faded, her energy drained. Still, she told herself, one day, when I need them, they'll show up for me too. But that day never seemed to come. One winter evening, Clara received 3 calls in less than an hour. Her cousin needed urgent help organizing an event. Her best friend had another relationship crisis. Her manager asked her to cover an early shift the next morning. Clara looked at the date. Tomorrow was the day she had planned to visit a small shop space for rent, the first real step toward her bakery dream. Her heart whispered softly, "Choose yourself this time." But habit spoke louder. She said yes to everyone. The next morning, instead of walking toward her future, she stood behind a counter at work, exhausted. As she wiped the same table for the 3rd time, something heavy settled in her chest. It wasn't anger. It was emptiness. That night, unable to sleep, she walked to the lake near her home. An elderly man named Mr. Laurent often sat there feeding birds. He had once been a teacher, and people said he understood silence better than words. "You look tired," he said gently. "I'm just busy," Clara replied. "Busy helping everyone?" he asked. She nodded. Mr. Laurent tossed crumbs into the water and said, "Do you see this lake? It gives water to the birds, the trees, the fishermen. But if it keeps giving without rain to refill it, what happens?" "It dries up," Clara whispered. "And when it dries up," he continued, "no one comes anymore." His words rested heavily in the cold air. "You think people stay because you give," he said softly. "But the right people stay because you are whole, not because you are useful." That night, Clara cried, not because people had used her, but because she had never protected herself. The next morning, her phone rang again. Her friend needed help moving apartments immediately. Clara felt the familiar pressure rise inside her, the guilt, the fear of disappointing someone, but this time she paused. She looked at her flour-stained notebook on the kitchen table, and she made a different choice. "I can't today," she said calmly. "I have plans." Silence. "Oh, okay," her friend replied, surprised. Her hands trembled after she hung up. Guilt tried to creep in. What if they think I'm selfish? What if they stop calling? But she did something brave. She kept her promise to herself. She visited the shop space. She signed the papers. She spent the day imagining sunlight through bakery windows. For the first time in years, she felt alive. The following weeks were uncomfortable. Some people stopped calling. Some became distant. A few said she had changed. They were right. She had changed. She stopped apologizing for protecting her time. She stopped explaining every no. She stopped abandoning herself to keep others comfortable. Months passed. Spring arrived, and so did her bakery. On opening day, Clara stood behind her own counter, sunlight pouring in, the scent of warm bread filling the air. The same hands that once carried everyone else's burdens had built this place. Some familiar faces stood in line, but something inside her was different. She was no longer serving to feel needed. She was serving from a place of wholeness. That evening, as she turned the sign to closed, she looked at her reflection in the window and whispered, "I didn't lose people. I lost exhaustion. I lost pressure. I lost the fear of disappointing everyone. And in losing those things, she found herself. She finally understood when you make yourself too available, people treat you like an option. But when you value your time, your peace, and your energy, people learn to value it too. Respect begins where self-respect lives. So if you are tired of being everyone's emergency contact, if you are drained from always being the strong one, if your kindness has turned into quiet suffering, hear this clearly. You are not selfish for saying no. You are not cruel for choosing rest. You are not wrong for protecting your peace. The world will keep taking from you until you decide you are worth protecting. Say no without guilt. Rest without explanation. Choose yourself without apology. Because the moment you stop being available for everyone is the moment you finally become available for your own life. And that is where everything changes. If this story spoke to your heart, take a quiet moment to reflect on where you need boundaries. And if you believe someone else needs to hear this message, share it with them. Leave a comment and tell me, have you ever felt like Clara? And if you want more stories that help you grow, heal, and become stronger, subscribe and stay connected. Sometimes, one story can change a mindset, and one decision can change a life. Maybe today is yours.